You keep setting all these rules and then you just decide when you want to break them.
Mission failed. Spectacularly. Communicational.
Is that a word?
Yes.
Who's flirting with you?
People flirt. It's communication. It doesn't... Right, okay. Well, if you no longer wish to continue it...
Yes. So if you guys don't know, the relationship I've been going through with Maeve, in this case, and daughter Sophia, Crane hit a major breaking point in short and sweet storyline after struggling heavily with relationship boundaries and emotional distance. So far, that's everything that we have going on between them. And yes, it looks like things are finally coming to a breaking point, and I feel like what I saw coming is actually happening. So what I can say about their relationship is that unfortunately, it looks like things for the couple or for the situationship they have been having has come to an end, as in this case, Sophia, after a situation that happened with a patient, she have decided to resign and she have decided to go back to her wife and basically leave the hospital. Obviously, that caught Maeve by surprise, because prior to that, we can already see signs of a possibility of the couple actually parting ways. If you guys don't know what happened, it all begins when you can see that Sophia, she is starting to have very strong feelings for Maeve, but she keeps, persisting that they have to keep their boundaries and they have to stick to the rules of their relationship, keeping in mind that Sophia is a married woman and she's in an open relationship with her wife, that, they have a long distance relationship. On the other hand, we have Maeve. They're starting to fall deeply for, Sophia as well, but she also understands that it's very complicated and that Sophia will never leave her wife in order to be with her. So they kind of go through the situation where Maeve is trying to respect the boundaries, but also at the same time she's falling for Sophia, and you can kind of see that they start to create boundaries or situations of jealousies and also breaking their boundaries. And one of those boundaries is that Sophia cannot sleep at Maeve's house. If they hook up or end up having, a situation, intimate moment, she has to go home. But somewhere, somehow, it actually ends up happening that one day Sophia ends up staying over, and the next day when she woke up, she felt super guilty because she felt like, she's overstepping the boundaries that she have set with her wife and with Maeve as well. On the other hand, we can see that Maeve felt very distraught the way, Sophia woke up and just left. She definitely felt like, yeah, maybe this will never be what I actually want it to be, but also she doesn't want to force anything because she also feel like she's not, ready to commit fully to Sophia, but she definitely wants to be with Sophia. So it's very, very, very confusing. Yes, so basically the pair initially set three clear boundaries to protect themselves from getting hurt. However, this caused their, intimacy to feel overly, transactional and clinical, leaving Maeve secretly hurt and using Scarsome as a coping machine. Also, the mutual romantic feelings quickly, complicated their strict arrangement when Maeve pushed Sophia about, dating other people. So there was somebody that was interested in Maeve. Obviously, Sophia basically just told her in her face, hey, if you want to be and go be with other people, I'm okay with it. And obviously that Maeve felt bothered for the fact that Sophia just, was so upfront regarding it and telling her that in her face. Later on, she approached, Sophia and told her, like, I'm not that type of person. I deal with one person at a time. If me and you don't end up working out, then yeah, probably I will go date somebody else. But I'm a one person. Obviously, Sophia was happy when she heard that because she knows that she and Maeve, they will just be them two, even though it's not them two because there's another person involved who is Sophia's wife. So one day while they were going through this emotional distance situation where they just couldn't see eye to eye because Sophia, she's very strict with the rules that they have, but she ends up breaking the rules whenever she wants, and she just wants Maeve to accept whatever direction things goes. And then Maeve is also starting to get fed up because she definitely doesn't know what Sophia actually wants. One day she's super kind and romantic and want to spend the whole time with her. The next day she's cold, she's distant, and it's just a lot of confusion going on, and we can definitely see that end up affecting their relationship until one day that in this case, we can see Sophia coming over to Maeve's house and basically just telling her like, hey, I'm here because I was having a conversation with my wife and I end up realizing that I'm falling for you, and my wife also are noticing my emotional distance with her, and she knows it's because of you, and we got into this big argument because of you over the phone. And I just wanted to tell you that, I basically telling her I love you. In this case, Sophia told Maeve, I love you. And obviously, Maeve, she didn't tell it back. She basically just told Sophia, hey, you need to go back to your wife. You have to go figure out what you guys have going on. Because I do feel like Maeve, some way, somehow, she feels guilty for falling in love with a married woman, knowing that they are just, supposed to have fun together and hook up and have occasional, intimate moments. And now they feel like she feels like things are getting way more complicated. And it's not that she doesn't want to be with Sophia. I feel like she also feels guilty for being her because she knows that there's another person that looks like is very genuine towards Sophia and also loves Sophia a lot. She kind of feels guilty for that as well. So you can kind of see that Maeve was starting to pull, Sophia towards her wife so that she can go and fix her relationship with her wife. But obviously, everything ends up changing when, like I said in the beginning of the video, when there was a patient that unfortunately passed away, and Sophia took clear responsibility for it because she's in charge of the ED. So after that, she have decided to resign, but obviously, Maeve already knew that, by her, automatically resigning, it means there's something that she had planned. So she basically approached Sophia and asked her, so for how long have you been planning to, resign? And basically, Sophia said, no, I didn't plan to resign. It's just something that needed to happen. And obviously, you can see there was the moment that they end up realizing that the relationship is coming to an end, especially when they had their final scene together, when Sophia approached Maeve and just told her like, I have to go, it's time for us, to basically, we live our life separately, but I want you to know that I love you. And basically Maeve told her, I know you will not leave your wife. And then obviously, Sophia replied to her by saying, I cannot leave her. So basically she knows that she loves, Maeve. She has fallen in love with Maeve, but she also has this relationship with, her wife that she cares for, and I feel like now her going back home and being with her wife, maybe that will open a lot of things, and in this case for her to go and fix her relationship with her wife and possibly rekindle their relationship. But obviously Maeve once again is left broken. Once again she tried at love. Once again her heart got broken. Once again, she fell in love with somebody that was not reciprocate. Once again, her like she will have to pick up the pieces. But I love the fact that Sophia, she was honest with her. She didn't play games with her. She always, from the very beginning, she always was very transparent with her when it came to the rules, her marriage, her relationship, and how this relationship is gonna work. Obviously, things didn't go as planned because they were just supposed to have fun and they end up falling in love with one another. But Maeve, being grown, she also realized that she definitely doesn't want to break up her, in this case, Sophia's marriage. And Sophia ended up realizing that she loves Maeve, but she has a wife that cares for her and that she needs to go home and go try to fix it. So we will have to see how things is gonna play out from now on. But yes, moral of the story for now, we can say that the couple have officially broken up. It broke my heart, but I already saw it coming. So we will have to see what is next in store. If you're gonna see Sophia more, if this is the end for her on the show. But possibly we will see, my finding love again. I just don't know when and how and with who. But for that, we will have to stay tuned. So yes, guys, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe.